come on, come on. Come on, come on! Yeah! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Greetings, and prepare for the amazing. What you will see is great racing. They got skills from front to back. These lobbies are stacked, stacked, stacked. Enjoy the race.
Hello, this is Fast Ginger. Welcome to the World Endurance Championship brought to you by Signal 13 Racing. It appears we are in full-fledged qualifying here. And we are Road Atlanta, showing Jim Shady here. And I need to change the displays so that we can see what's going on. There we go. So Jim Shady has finished his first qualifying lap. Rottenkraut Castro has gone to the lead. Rottenkraut's second. Jim Shady's in third. SBR's getting ready to come through. Snafu Ramon has come through. Matt has come through. And SBR is your last one through. And the last one on the program. So let's see here. So not Jim Shady is going to be the first one to come through for lap number 2. We do 2 laps. And then the GR3s will come along and they will do their qualifying run. So here we go. Jim Shady will be the first one to finish lap 2 here at... There we go. Castro will come across and goes back to the top of the lead. So we got Castro out front, Jim Shady in second, Rottenkraut in third, Snafu so far in fourth. And he goes in. SBR is in fourth place. So I think we are all done with the hypercars. And we are here with Uncle Jesse on the GR3s. And he is about to start his flying lap around this great road course. Here's what it looks like. He is coming down through 4. Now he's into the S's right through here. The S's, and then this is turn 5. And 6 is a passing area here. And then you got to get number 7 right to get a good run off there to go down this extremely long straightaway, which is uphill and then downhill, so they consider that 8. And then the top of the hill here will be 9. Dropping down into 10A and B. Big passing zone right there. And then to the top of the hill, 11. And then a real tricky pit entrance there. So here we go. English Andy will be next. So there we go. Mick here is jumped up to second place. Here comes Ray. Yeah, you got some Uncle Jesse fans in here today. Usually got some Ray fans as well. Ray comes across, and then 4fan will be coming across in his Mercedes. And J-Mac will come across. So we've got Uncle Jesse here on pole so far. And he is up a 10th. So that is good. There we go. Had to move my microphone so I could see the chat. Uncle Jesse coming across a little bit faster. So English Andy here. Looks like it's getting darker and darker. So I may mess with some settings. I don't know if I can or not. We can look here in a little bit. English Andy coming through the S's up into so 4fan has brought it into the pit. English Andy coming across here. I think he's done his 2 laps. Everybody's done their 2 laps. Mick here. So I'd say we're getting close to being done. And nope, I can't change anything at this point. So I might be able to go out and do some fiddling. But there's a good bit of light at this track. Sometimes it makes it difficult to see the cars when it gets dark out. And Mick comes across and improves, I believe. And English Andy is not where you really want to be. There we go. Not sure if that was a malfunction or what it was. Mick here still storming around. Looks like everybody's on medium tires for now. So we can take this time to check out the standings here. So Riggy B is in the lead of the Hyper-cars, followed by Matt, Jim Shady in 3rd, SBR 4th, Castro 5th, Rotten Crowd in 6th, Snafu in 7th. And then we've got the Welsh Smurf here 8th, Bluehound 9th, who's a recent addition to the series. Then we'll go over here to the GR3s. J-Mac is so far in the lead. Uncle Jesse's in 2nd. 4fan, or S13, yeah, 4fan is in 3rd. English Andy 4th. Don P 5th, Ray 6th, Mick 7th, and then the other 3 are some folks that kind of come and go. So we are done with the qualifying here. There's Ray's car. For the Ray Barago fans, Ray 3. So we are waiting on the race to start. But can take another look at the racetrack again. So up there where the arrow is the start finish line. Turn 1 is pretty tricky and very tricky for the start of the race, which looks like we are getting ready to start the race. So let me get this off here. And this is a 60-minute race this week. So we can look here. Castro is on pole for the Hyper-cars. Jim Shady, Rotten Crown, SBR. Snafu, Matt. Then Uncle Jesse's on the pole for the GR3s, followed by English Andy. Mick, 3rd. 4Fan, 4th. J-Mac, 5th. Ray, 6th. And Blue Hound did not set a qualifying lap, so he will be at the back, but he will be flying forward since he's in a hypercar at the very back. So that should be interesting for the first lap. I expect him to get from the back to almost the back of the, or at least the front of the GR3s. And let's see, I think there might be 4 times tire wear, 2 times fuel. So that could be interesting. Let's brighten this up a little bit. So when it gets dark out, it'll be a little bit brighter. So that's a little hint for you if you're racing and you know it's going to be a night race. Let's say it's a night race at in Australia. You can go in here, do the temporary exposure correction, and jack it all the way to the top, and it'll look like this time of day in the middle of the night. So there you go, top tip to help get you through a night race. That'll kind of cheat it through. Ray, Bore, Ray, go. Okay. And here we go. Race will begin shortly. Got my controller in hand so that we can go as spectate mode. And there we go. And change the display options. And we are off and on our way. So Castro will be leading the pack. So half the field will be starting in this corner right here. And there we go. Green, green, green. And here is your GR3s coming through. There's Ray at the back. So they must have moved it's in Shady in first, Rotten Kraut followed by Snafu, Matt in fourth. So all of the all the Hyper-cars are being good. There we go. So there is Blue Hound flying through. He's almost gone through the GR3 crowd here. Fan on the back of Mick. J-Mac will be wanting to make his way around too. Here we go. English Andy. Orphan is flying up ahead. He's gone through past McLam. McLam falls in behind Forfan. So let's go back out to the front. They're already up in the top corners. Snafu going a little wide there. Oh, getting into the back of Rotten Crowd. Rotten Crowd is able to maintain control. Snafu now has himself a half-second penalty. Followed by Matt, SBR, and Blue is trying to catch up with these front pack. Going purple. Uncle Jesse. Castro has fallen back. Not sure what happened there. And probably not going to find out either. So we'll have to go back to that. Castro trying to get back up with the rest of his group of cars. Looks like things have spread out a little bit. Jim Shady in the lead here. Rotten Crowd, Matt, SBR, Snafu, Blue Hound up to 6th, Castro back to 7th. Uncle Jesse here in first place by 1.5 seconds over Forfan. Everybody's kind of getting spread out. English Andy here trying to make move on J-Mac. And oh, that was weird. So he comes down the front stretch, and it looked like he went off course, but it could have just been some lag on our part. Yeah, it was weird. So English Andy there in 12th, Ray here in 13th, trying to catch back up to the GR3 pack. Uncle Jesse here in 8th, which is first. Jim Shady, Rotten Crowd, Matt. Matt's got quite a little line behind him. SBR, Snafu, Blue Hound. It's all right here for 3rd place, so let's stick around here. Blue Hound making a move on Snafu. Around he goes. From last to 5th place. SBR getting a little wide there. Trying to get in that slipstream. He is catching, giving him a little flashy flash there to let SBR know he's back there. He backs out because he's way far back, but good exit here down the hill into 12, I believe it is. Yep. I don't think he has any room to make a pass there. Oh, he just held it on. Those tires hit a little bit of the grass, but he maintains, goes a little wide through there. Lost some time to SBR. And that lets Snafu get a little bit closer to the back of him, so this race is still going at it here. SBR, I have a feeling he's going to make a move down here into turn 10A. Is Matt going to go defensive and go to the inside? He does. He throws a little block there. Both of them are kind of catching Rotten Crowd as well, so about to be a 5-way battle here for 2nd through 6. Let's go back and see what's going on with their GR3s. Uncle Jesse has a 1 second lead on 4Fan. J-Mac is a little close to Mick. Finger Sandy here. Ray trying to push it forward to get up there to the rest of those. And looks like our battle is still waging here for Matt and Bluehound and SBR and Snafu. So far so good. Matt's holding him off. Bluehound is looking left, looking right, but falls back in line. Plus we got, you may have a little fuel strategy going on, since it is like 4 times fuel and we've got an hour race. So you may want to do some conservation here. Blue is right on Matt, not letting him get away. Going under, trying to make the pass. He did get around him. So this is Matt. Got a little wide there. Bluehound comes around and makes the pass. So he got around him and hadn't gotten away from him. But there, Matt goes a little deep. SBR is able to make some ground on him. Is he going to make a move into turn 1? He's got a good run. He's right on his tail. Like he backs out a little bit. Not a place to make a pass, I guess. See if he'll try on that backstretch. Oh, Matt goes a little wide, and that SBR takes advantage. Now Matt is into the clutches of Snafu. See if Snafu can get something done here at the bottom of the hill going into 10A and B. And they're starting to get through the GR3 class. So traffic has become a factor here for the hypercars. There's Matt. Ramon is behind him and stays there. Is he going to make a pick move? Bluehound all over Rottenkraut for 2nd place. As they come on slow traffic, everybody gets around. Blue making it. Oh, he goes wide and off the track and spins. Let's see what happens here. So he gets a run on Rottenkraut. And no touch. He just was trying to avoid contact, got into the grass and went around. Now he's got it back going the correct direction. So, unfortunate event there. So Jim Shady here, 3-second lead. Rottenkraut in 2nd place. SBR here in 3rd. Bluehound, who was making his way through. lost it in the grass trying to make a move on Rotten Kraut. He's got enough pace. He should be able to get back up to those folks ahead of him. So we'll jump up here to Forfan, who is in first place over top of J-Mac. We've missed that pass along the way, so J-Mac has dropped back here to second place. And English Andy here in fourth. There's Castro trying to get through. See Ray here. Uncle Jesse's right behind him, so a battle here for 12th and 13th place. Forfan here out front, and looks like his tires may not last as long as his fuel. J-Mac giving the little flash. And we've got Buttonkraut crumbing up onto the back of Snafu. Buttonkraut has dropped back to 7th place. So we've got a major shakeup here in the standings. So Jim Shady here is in first place. SBR has moved up to second. Blue has moved up into third. Matt fourth. And then Castro up to fifth place. Snafu has dropped back. There is in sixth. I don't know if he's dropped back. Rottenkraut definitely has dropped back, so he has made a mistake somewhere. And then that brings us to first place of the GR3s, Forfan. J-Mac in second place. Mick in third. English Andy fourth. Jesse fifth. Ray in sixth. So he has lost a place to Uncle Jesse. Jim Shady comfortably up front. SBR's comfort level is decreasing with Bluehound behind him. And let's take a look at tire wear. Looks like Bluehound has a touch better fuel economy than some of those. Castro's... Oh no! Castro was getting on it and spun it. So these hypercars are having a tough time with... So he is trying to follow him and just trying to accelerate. Lost grip on that back end and spun it out. So Jim Shady here in the lead, followed by SBR, who is being closely followed by Blue here. We'll get on board or get behind Blue here and see what we can find. See if he can make a move in that straightaway. Definitely using up those tires, and that might be a half-second track limits penalty. It is not, so just kept it on that painted surface, which will consider part of the track. He's too far back from SBR to make any kind of move. Matt is significantly back. Nafu is a little closer to him, but not within strikings. Rottenkraut is closing in. Castro is back into the wall. I think he just came out of the pits and has cold tires and put it into the wall. So we will leave Castro to his own devices here. Orphan here in first place. J-Mac a little ways back. You can see Forfan there ahead of him. And then Mick here just about evenly spaced between those three. English Andy's a little closer to the back of Mick. And then here's Uncle Jesse getting closer to them. And Ray is right back there. So they're all between 2 and 4 seconds behind each other. So looks like we are out of, or at least Jim Shady might be closing in on him in a couple laps to get into hypercars, and he just held that turn, closing in on the Castro vehicle, who had a pit stop. Yeah, he had a pit stop there on lap 13, so he's doing the undercut, hoping that he had all those problems. Maybe he can do an early pit stop and change his luck there. So SBR right behind him. Blue Hound right on the back of SBR. Matt is a little ways back, so Blue Hound here trying to get to the back of SBR so he can make a move. And he's in that Ferrari power going through the straight stretch here into 9. And then 10A and B. Looks like that. So Castro's still holding Jim Shady back, not getting in his way. Those new tires are showing their strength compared to the leader, so he's able to stay on that lead lap, so whenever it comes time to pit with those others, he can stay ahead of them and get back. But he's definitely in a different pit sequence from the leaders. Get that Ferrari coming down into the chicane here, 10A and 10B. So Jim Shady has come into the pits for his first pit stop. Or is he coming in for his... Oh no. Yep, that's his first pit stop. So SBR is in the lead here still. And he's getting around English Andy there. Jim Shady still in the pits in medium tires, and did not take any fuel, I don't think. Nope, did not take fuel, so I guess he's under the understanding that the tires last about half a tank of fuel, so he'll go another round of tires, and then it'll be time to get new tires and more fuel. So 20 minutes into the race with 39 left to go. Let's say Blue Hound will be pitting here shortly since his tires are looking pretty rough there. Mats they look better than blues, let's put it that way. SBRs don't look too bad, blues are the worst. There's Rotten Kraut with Jim Shady right on his back bumper. And he has fresh tires compared to Rotten Kraut, so he should be able to get around him here on the back stretch. Coming up on Ray. Ray gets out of their way, lets those two through. So let's make a real quick run through the field here. SBR in the lead with no pit stops. Castro still. Blue Hound, no pit stops. Matt, no pit stops. Snafu, no pit stops. Jim Shady here with a pit stop, so he is good to go. Rotten Kraut has not gone into the pits yet, and we know Castro has. And he is fighting tooth and nail to stay on the lead lap. Then we've got Forfan here, still on first set of tires. J-Mac right on his tail, so they are coming through. Uncle Jesse comes here in third place. And he is getting caught up by these hypercars. Ray has moved up here. Mick and English Andy has made the first pit stop of the GR3 class. There goes Snafu around your GR3 leader. Snafu's making the pit entrance, so there's another pit stop for a hypercar, so that leaves your top three with no pit stops. Blue definitely needs to. That right front is looking diabolical there. So yeah, I think everybody else, well, I don't think Rotten Kraut has, but he appears to be doing some tire management here. So he may be trying to play a little strategy game here with the tires. And we are... fuel consumption is not going to be his friend, so I think he'll need to... Oh, Matt there. I'd say he's spun coming out of that number 7, I think it is. Yeah, 7, and then doing an 8-point turn to get around. And he is just bleeding time. I know how horrible that feels, so... Yeah, that, let's see here. Here's the Road Atlanta map here. So if you look at 6 and 7, 7 is definitely one of those that you got to get off and get a good run out of that turn, because you got that huge straightaway. And if you go a little wide, you can spin onto the dirt, or just spin because you lost traction coming out of that corner and it spits you off to the right just like it did there. So that's where you stand with that. So Matt has dropped back. He's in third place, but I think that's because of some pit stops. Jim Shady has made a pit stop earlier and he's cycled back up to the front. Rotten Kraut has not taken a pit stop and he is in second place. Matt has not made a pit stop yet either, so then SBR has. Blue Hound definitely has. So Jim Shady, so Rotten Crowd, and that's it. And Rotten Crowd is the only one that has not made a pit stop yet. So there we go. Matt has made it into the pits, and he will drop backwards, but I don't think he'll drop far enough back to be passed by Castro. So Castro's still on the back stretch there. So Matt has opted to take hard tires and no fuel, so is he going to do some fuel saving and try to make it to the end of the race? I think that might be his strategy there. So there's J-Mac getting passed by Snafu. Fan here. So J-Mac has not been in the pits. Somewhere along the line, Fan has lost the lead, but look at that left front. If he does not go into the pits on this lap, he's going to be in trouble. So I think he will move to the right, and he's going to take one more lap. So let's chill out here with Fan and see how long that left front lasts. Here we go. This will take a pounding on this corner. See if it gets any smaller. And it did. It is wafer thin. And there we go. Left front is just about done. These two right-handers should complete the destruction of the left front tire. And he goes a little wide, and it is gone. So there's the left front is history. And now he's got 4 or 5 turns left to get to the pits. And the first turn down here, 10A, should not be an issue. He's got right front tires. The next two are right-handers. So let's see, he's going to have a hard time keeping it on the track. And there he comes into the pit zone. See if he can not hit a wall through here. And he is safely into the pits. So the question now, Seiko's going to put on tires, obviously. Is he going to put on a little dash of fuel to get to the end of the race? And he's overfilling it there, so I'd say that is more than enough to get him to the end of the race. And is he on racing hards, or did he get another set of mediums? We'll find out. J-Mac has also made a pit stop. And here we are. He is out on mediums. Plenty of tire, plenty of fuel to get him to the end of the race. So, are we done with pit stops? I don't think. I mean, we are with the Hyper-cars. Uncle Jesse's the GR3 has not made a pit stop. His left front also looking very bad. And everybody else has been into the pits, and then Uncle Jesse now will be going into the pits. And he definitely needs tires, and he will need a good bit of fuel since he is 3/4 of a tank down, so he probably needs to put it to put in 3/4 of a tank to get to the end. So here he goes, and that should do it right there. So there he goes. So we got that right there. So see where he can end up, where he has gone into 12th. Here comes Ray. Is Ray going to be right on his tail when he finally emerges from the pit exit? There he's out. Ray's got a full head of steam here and warm tires. And there's Uncle Jesse just ahead of him. So they are within a touch. So now that everything is done, let's check on all of the... Let's go through the whole field here. So Jim Shady is in first place. Blue Hound here in second, followed closely by SBR. Snafu here in fourth place, going around the GR3 of English Andy. Matt here in fifth place. Rotten Crowd just behind him in sixth. And Castro back in seventh place. Now we come up to our leader in GR3, Mick. So his first time out in the lead in this pack today. English Andy here in second place. But they do not have enough fuel to get to the end, so they will have to pit before the end of the race. So first and second place are in first and second place for now. J-Mac here in third, and I think he is in third till the end of the race, so I don't think he'll need any pit stops. But he may... no, he shouldn't need any fuel savings either. Forfan here in second or third place, or fourth place I guess it is, but second place as far as the rest of the field goes. And then Uncle Jesse here. And then Ray, who is kind of closing in on Uncle Jesse. So do we have any fights going on? Definitely not for the lead, not for second place, not for fourth, not for fifth, not for sixth, not for seventh. Then we got eighth place. He's significantly ahead in first place there. J-Mac is equal distance between him and the next competitor. English Andy is getting caught by Forfan, so we'll hang around here for a little bit. So Forfan was the class leader there for a little while. He will get that place at some point because English Andy will need to pit for fuel. And there goes Matt around the Hyper-cars. Significantly faster than the GR3s. So English Andy being hunted down by Forfan. He is at a second back now. So he should be able to get a little bit of sniff of that slipstream action. So here he comes into the start-finish line, into turn 1. And we are 0.9 seconds back. 1 second. Now he closes that in to 0.8. And then we've got Rotten Crowd in the middle of this bunch here. English Andy get a little bit on the grass. Going through the S's into turn 5, I believe it is. Rotten Crowd giving him the flashy flash. And this Forfan has lost some time due to the hypercar getting around. So he's dropped 1.7 seconds back behind English Andy. So he's got a little second to make up that he had lost. See Ray here 5 seconds behind Uncle Jesse. Ray will need to get some fuel as well. Uncle Jesse getting passed by Castro. So here's four fans still tracking English Andy down. And J Mac, your second place holder. Here comes Mick. And he is coming through into 6 and 7. Matt should catch him on the back stretch and get around him that way pretty easily. So this will work out for both of them, really. So Mick doesn't have to slow down, and Matt's got no problem powering past. So there's Forfan still tracking down the English Andy, who is in the red here for fuel, so he will... Is he going to change tires or not? That's my question. Is he just going to duck in for a little blast of fuel when he goes in eventually? So we'll chill out. Is he going to go in this turn? It looks like he is. And he gets a little over that line. Let's see if he gets a 3-second penalty for pit. I'm not sure if they have the pit penalty on for this race. So he comes on. May as well get some fresh boots on. And he will need at least half a tank of fuel to get to the end. So we're 37 minutes into this race with 22 to go. 38 minutes. And that should do it. He's overfilling, but rather have a little too much than not enough. So off English Andy goes. He falls back to last place in the GR3 ranks. And that puts McLam here still in the lead, but he may go into the pits as well. So no penalty there for English Andy, so maybe they turned the pit lane penalty off, which would be really nice because it's a horrible pit entrance. And then the pit exit, the game almost throws you across the line into a penalty, so it would be nice not to have to deal with that penalty. So Jim Shady is being pursued here by Blue Hound, who has a little bit of tire advantage, but not much, as they go through the S's here. Into 5 here at the top of the hill. So we'll stick around for this race for a little bit. This is for the overall lead with Jim Shady here. That kind of looked like a slow exit. It was, because he's making up some time. J Mac here is getting caught up by these two. Jim Shady going a little defensive there. Is he going to get him before the front straight? He's going into the pits. So there you go. McLam finally going into the pits as well with 3% fuel left. And Jim Shady here with 12%. And he definitely needs new tires and half a tank of gas. And he will be set to get through. So SBR jumped up to 3rd. Jim Shady is moving back to 4th for now. And he comes out. Matt is not close enough to make a challenge for that 4th place position. Looked like we had a couple cars coming out of the pits. Here comes English Andy. Alright, so let's see here. We've got Blue Hound in the lead, who started at the back. And he looks all prepped to go to the end. His tires will be worse for wear, but should be able to get to the end. Snafu here in second place. And he is right in the middle between Blue Hound and SBR. SBR in third place. Jim Shady in fourth place, followed by Matt. And then Rotten Kraut back here in sixth place. And then Castro further back from there. J Mac here in first place for the Hypercar division. 10 seconds ahead of oops. So J Mac 4Fan, there we go. And then Uncle Jesse's right behind him. Ray back behind Uncle Jesse. Mick here. And English Andy here at the back, getting lapped by Castro. So, do we have any battles? We did have Blue Hound here coming in for more tires. So he will drop down. And he's getting some fuel as well. So afraid he couldn't make it to the end, I guess. So that changes. So that'll put Blue Hound in third place. I think it will emerge from the pits way before Jim Shady gets to him. There he goes. You can see him sparking it up, getting out of there. So Jim Shady is in fourth place. So let's see here. Snafu has taken over the lead. And does he have enough fuel to get to the finish? We will have to wait and see. He's got an 8-second lead over SBR. SBR is 18 seconds ahead of Blue Hound. Just trying to look at his... Let's watch his shift points here. See what he does here. He's in third gear, revving it out. He's not short shifting, so I was wondering if he's going to try to make it on fuel. So Snafu has gone into pits, fresh tires, and additional splash of fuel. So SBR is in the lead for now. Blue Hound has back up to second place after this round of pit stops. Snafu in fourth because Jim Shady gets around him. So Snafu will go back on attack to get that third place back from Jim Shady. So here we go. Here's Matt behind 4Fan. And then Rotten Kraut kind of out there in no man's land, as well as Castro J Mac here, all on his own ahead of 4Fan, who's got a 6-second lead over Uncle Jesse. And Uncle Jesse's a good way ahead of Mick, who's a good way ahead of English. And then Ray has come into the pits. Now he's on his way back out with fuel and tires good to go to the end. So here's SBR with 14 minutes, and I don't think he's got 14 minutes of fuel left. He's got 14 minutes of tires, I would say, maybe. Blue Hound definitely's got no problems with the tire and fuel situation. Jim Shady, same thing. So this could be your first and second place. Snafu definitely all done with his pit stops. Matt will need to go into the pits probably this time around, so here he comes through 7 and into 8. And we'll stay on board. I bet he does. Okay, so SBR has gone into the pits. Let's see. Bluehound should be able to get around him. SBR is taking on fuel, so he should be done taking on fuel right now. He has. And a sign out there in the middle of the road. So Bluehound has taken over the lead. Jim Shady here in second place. Snafu here in third. Matt fourth. And SBR has dropped back to fifth place. So Bluehound here's almost 4 seconds ahead. Jim Shady. Snafu right there close behind Jim Shady, so the Hyper-class is kind of putting on a good race here. So let's see here. We've got Castro or J-Mac. So Castro there. J-Mac here in first place of the GR3s. 8 seconds ahead of Forfan, who is 5 seconds ahead of Uncle Jesse, who 21 seconds ahead of Mick, who's 24 ahead of English, and Ray is 16 seconds back behind Ray, so, or Ray behind English Andy, so Bluehound here in the lead. Matt has gone into the pits now to finish up his fuel and tires, so Jim Shady here in second place. Snafu has gone purple there, so get behind him and follow him through, see if he can make any headway up to second place there in third, because I don't think there's any other races going on for those other positions. Matt is in the pits and now he's out, so he's in the middle of nowhere, and these guys are in the middle of nowhere. Snafu and Jim are the only ones really battling for position at this point, so not quite a battle yet, but it's getting closer. Really late braking there going into turn 2, I think it is. Goes way wide there. Is that a penalty? I don't know. I think it would be if it was a polyphony race. So Snafu making the shadow of that Jim Shady car really long there. Jim Shady got a better run out of that corner, so kind of increased the distance between the two of them. And he gets it wrong. Oh! Snafu had no place to go. So let's just watch what happens here. I think Jim Shady coming through 10A and B gets it a little wrong, gets on the grass, gets a little sideways, got sideways again after Snafu hit him in the back, but Snafu had a good run on him and really had no place to go, so that's why the contact happened. And here we go, Jim Shady and Snafu splitting a GR3 car there. And here we go. Can Jim Shady get a good run off this corner to hold off the advance of Snafu? Snafu definitely back into that slipstream. Is he moving to the outside to make the pass as Jim Shady defends to the inside? But he has a bad corner here. Is Snafu going to get a better run off of this corner and be able to make a pass going into turn 1? Not really. I think it's got to go single file through that turn and down the front stretch into turn 1. Jim Shady going wide. Snafu taking advantage and making a move on the inside there. Nice and tidy. Snafu up from 3rd place into 2nd place around Jim Shady. It's a really good move there. Got into the side of him a little bit, but he made it stick. Didn't really push him off the track there, so just a racing incident. It's kind of hard to pass at times, so just made it happen. So your leader is still blue, and he is significantly in 1st place with 7 minutes to go. Snafu has moved into 2nd place and stretching that out a little bit, still just half a second. So Jim Shady SBR here in 4th place. And then we find ourselves with Rotten Crowd here in 5th, followed by Matt in 6th. And Castro back here in 7th place. He's had better races. So J-Mac here is your leader in this GR3 division, but Orphan is not that far back, so we can stick with this race for a little while. I think this will be the closest race on the track for now. 6 minutes to go, but also significant, a little tire advantage by J-Mac. And here comes a GR or a hypercar around these two. And Jim Shady, oh no! So he was coming through, and he got around them, and then I think he just outbroke himself there and lost it. I mean, he was around him and could take his normal line through, so didn't lose any positions, but he lost a bunch of time to now he's back behind these two, and SBR has made his way around. So yeah, he must have got around him when he went off the road there for so this has turned into a little bit of a race. So Forfan has got the lead here on J-Mac. Did he make a pass? I'm not sure. We missed it trying to see what was going on up front there. So Forfan has gotten around Uncle Jesse. And then J-Mac is right there too, so 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place are pretty close together. But J-Mac is going to have to pit. He's not going to have enough fuel to get to the end of the race, so he'll pretty much have to pit on this lap. I think Forfan and Uncle Jesse are okay, but J-Mac is not okay, so Forfan here out in the lead with 3.5 minutes left to go. So that is roughly probably 3 laps. So he has plenty of fuel to get to the end. And J-Mac does not have enough fuel to get to the end. Needed to get a little fan action going there, so there we go. So there's Forfan here in the lead, but Uncle Jesse is right on his tail. Forfan is starting to have some tire wear issues, I'd say, but now Uncle Jesse's got some fuel issues. Looking to the inside of Forfan. Forfan goes a little wide onto the grass and loses the lead to Uncle Jesse. I'd say Uncle Jesse's going to go to the end of the race because he'll have this lap and one more after this because we're at 2:25 and it's a minute 20, so he'll have a minute left after this lap is over. So just stay out there, Uncle Jesse, and I think he's got enough to make 2 laps, so let's go back up to our lead. He is significantly in the lead. Can't say significant. He's got a major lead, a large lead. SBR in 3rd. Jim Shady here in 4th place. Rotten Kraut in 5th. 6th is Matt Castro in 7th. And this is your race right here between 8th, 9th, and 10th place. And throw in a hypercar into the mix. So Forfan trying to hold off J-Mac. Rotten Kraut going sideways as he attempted to go around the outside of those two. So here's Uncle Jesse, 1 second lead over Forfan. So your 1st and 2nd place cars are flashing. J-Mac is really flashing. Is he going to have enough, or is he going to have to make a dash? I think he's just going to roll the dice and hope he can make it to the end. And that's what he's doing. He is going to be light on that accelerator. Right now he is definitely not pushing it. But he can be slow. Here goes Uncle Jesse. Where is our leader? So this, no, that's, I'm trying to find, there we go. So English Andy has finished the race. We got a couple of others up there. Here comes Matt. Snafu has finished. Rotten Kraut will finish here. Here's your leader, so we'll jump on board with your leader here. Uncle Jesse coming under your leader takes the flag. SBR here. So Uncle Jesse and Forfan have taken the checkered flag. Here comes Mick for third place. SBR has taken. Here comes Jim Shady across. It's really difficult to catch all these folks while they're all spread out. So your leader is Blue Hound. And we can just go to the final standings here. So here we go. So here are the results. Blue Hound has finished in first place after starting at the back. SBR in second place with fastest lap. Jim Shady in third. Snafu fourth. Matt in fifth. Rotten Crowd 6th, and Castro in 7th. First place GR3 is Uncle Jesse with a 119.4. Forfan in the second with a 120. Mick in third with a 119.9. J-Mac in fourth place. English Andy 5th, and Ray Brago. So that rounds up your class for today. And just for looks here, the standings. Ricky B was not in the race. Matt was. Jim Shady was. SBR was. Castro, Rotten Kraut, Snafu were all in the race. Blue Hound won the race, so he should jump up a couple of positions maybe, or at least one. But he has only run like 2-3 races, so J-Mac and Uncle Jesse and Forfan all, and English Andy all getting significant points. Ray got some points. Mick got points as well. So this championship will get kind of shaken up for the next race. And then we will look and see where the next race is going to be. And we can look at it here. The schedule. So we are going to Yas Marina. And then the final is 2 hours of the 24 hours of Le Mans. So there we go. So next week we have 2 races left. And that is it. So pretty good one here. Had plenty of action and some pit strategy and things going on. So once again, thanks for watching. Oh, and I'll give a shout out to my friends at Rob's Classic Racing here. Go check out their YouTube channel. They do races on Mondays and Thursdays with commentary, which is always excellent and spicy and funny, and it's just a good time to go over there and watch them race. Good racing, good commentary, good bunch of guys there. So check out Rob's Classic Racing. And I believe that is it. And with that, we'll go ahead and end our stream. This is Fast Ginger and Signal 13 Racing. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next week.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to end the show. The stream is over, I got to go. Now is not the time to be sad. I'll be back, there's more streaming to be had. Fast Ginger will bring the best with an entertainment fest where friends are made and good times never fade. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you like, you can't even get notified.